ready? So I'm going to tell you guys my story. Well, just part of my story. So, as a child, my grandparents were very involved in Trinity Lutheran in Laconia. So I grew up knowing Christ, knowing who my Savior was. And some of my favorite memories were going to church with my grandparents or with my dad. But somewhere along the way, I kind of turned my back on God and started focusing on just earthly things of this world. I started using marijuana when I was about 13 years old, and that kind of set me into using other drugs, alcohol, cocaine, stuff like that. In 10th grade, I started using Xanax, and I used that all the way into my adult life. And I had a decent job out of high school, working for MyPillow. But I was young, making a lot of money, and I spent it on things I didn't need, a lot of drugs too. And at some point I realized that I was still trapped in addiction, that Xanax had took a hold of me. In the same year I realized that, my whole life changed. My little brother Christopher died of a gunshot wound. It's an accidental shooting. He got shot in the heart and he didn't make it. And I feel guilt still to this day that I couldn't keep him safe, that I couldn't protect him like I was supposed to. And my girlfriend at the time, her brother passed away 3 months after that, and we were both in a very dark spot, just looking for anything that helped a little bit. And at some point we found fentanyl. Fentanyl seemed to take everything away, but it put blinders on us so we didn't see the destruction it was leaving in our wake. All we could see was maybe we didn't have all those emotions. It took all of our emotions away. But we managed our addiction. We still went to work. We still handled things that we needed to handle. But at some point, fentanyl took priority. And then our lives just spiraled downwards. We had moments of sobriety, moments of use. On December 18th, 2020, me and my girlfriend got married. She became my wife. We were still using. We used all the way up till just February of this year. But last winter it got real hard, and we realized something needed to change. That's when we decided we were going to try Teen Challenge. So we reached out to Teen Challenge in January of this past year. And we got in there in February, on February 7th. And I just passed 10 months sober. I couldn't do it without God, really. I got God in my corner. I mean, who can stand against me? You know? Teen Challenge has just been equipping me with tools. So I've got just all these resources to keep me sober and keep me productive and just make me feel human. You know? I'm not a zombie. I'm not chained to my addiction. I don't have to worry about dying at 28 or 29. And that's just a blessing. The fact that I'm here is a blessing. I overdosed. Me and my wife probably overdosed hundreds of times. And my heart's actually stopped before. And I'm just blessed to be here. I'm happy to be here. The number one killer of men my age is fentanyl. So I think there's a reason I made it out of that. And Teen Challenge is just amazing. This is the number one tool God's used in my life this far. I got a counselor there. He's awesome. He's more like my best friend than my counselor. I know Dylan's out there somewhere. But yeah, all the guys around me, they go to bat for me. These are my boys. And then there's also one more person who's very important and very committed to me as well. I'd like to introduce you guys to my wife, Cassie. We're about set to graduate in March of this year, so we'll be graduating together, Teen Challenge. But the chapter doesn't end there. I mean, we've got goals for probably the first time in our adult lives. We've got goals. We hope to open up a sober home on our own, but not all in God's time. But I'm beyond blessed, and I really couldn't do this without Teen Challenge or without God, honestly. And I love you guys.